Hey guys, it's Big Dave here for TGN, and it's Monday, and you know that means it's time for Warfronts. Yeah, that's right, Warfronts with an exclamation mark. Warfronts is my weekly Rift PvP show where an average PvE player, that's me, tries to get better at Rift's PvP Warfronts through self-analysis. This week on Warfronts, 1.6 is upon us. I hope everybody's been enjoying 1.6, the changes that came with it, the new zone, Ember Isle for you level 50s, and I also hope you've had a chance to try out the new Black Garden Stockpile mode. That's what we're going to be seeing today on Warfronts, and what you're going to see is my very first endeavor into Stockpile mode, and I got to tell you, I had absolutely no freaking idea what the hell I was doing. There were some tainted orbs on the ground, there was some glowing thing that kept moving around to different spots of the map, and there were a lot of confused people on the other team that just didn't seem to know what to do or where to go. So, yeah. It was an interesting experience. I think the mode is a fun little diversion from the normal Black Garden Martyrdom mode, but it's going to take a little while to grow on me, I think. So this week, of course, it is my Rogue's turn. That is my level 32 Defiant Rogue who is on the free home server. He is going to be spec'd into Bard because I hope you guys know I really like support, and I wanted to really take support on as my sort of new mantle here. You know, my mage is going to primarily be damage dealing when I play my mage. So on the weeks that I'm not playing my mage, I'm going to be playing my bard, and I think I'm probably going to stick to a lot of support with my bard. Either that, or I might even get into a little bit of the tanky stuff. I think I'm going to shy away from stealth because, number one, I don't think that would be super fun to watch, and number two, I think I'd be really bad at it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. This is my level 32 Defiant Rogue. He is spec'd into Bard support. This is Black Garden, this is Stockpile mode, and I don't think there's anything left to say except to the action. Alright, we are joining a match in progress. As you can see, the Defiants are down 116 to 127. Those Guardians, man. Alright. So it's only apparently a 3 versus 3 as I come into this. So yeah, again, Black Garden. This is the brand new Stockpile mode. No idea what I'm doing, but I do see a field of tainted orbs. And what do I usually do when I see nasty, dirty, tainted orbs? Well, generally I would put them in my mouth, but in this case I'm going to go ahead and run this one over to the beacon, which is on the map. So, yeah, a little bit confused at first, don't really know exactly what I should be doing, but it immediately becomes a statistical tie here as my mere presence pushes my team forward, and we immediately start to score. So it looks like each orb capture is going to give you 10 points in this mode. Now, this is me discovering this mode for the first time. I really haven't done any research. I don't really know what I'm doing. I never played it on the PTS. So what I am going to be commentating here is essentially my own discovery of how this mode works. Yes, I could put some time in on the internet, and I could figure out exactly how the mode works, but I'd much rather just sort of stumble into it here and have the internet watch me make a fool of myself. So, yeah, I figure I'm a support character, right? So I might as well support. I go ahead and I try to create some space so that my teammate can go and capture that orb, and luckily, this mage decides that he would really like to kill me. So he tries his darndest. I do manage to keep myself alive, just barely. I'm just staying alive. I'm clinging to life. I'm just trying to live. I want to live, but I don't. So, a quick respawn, only a couple of seconds on the countdown timer. That is very nice. Very, very nice. I always love it when happenstance smiles on me, when fate grins in my general direction, and I pop in and I respawn within 1 or 2 seconds of a death. Oh, you just gotta love it. So again, I don't know what the hell these orbs are, but I know I probably should pick them up. So I pick up another of the tainted orbs, and I head back to the familiar ball cleaning station. So, yeah. It kind of goes on like this for a bit. I'm sort of feeling it out. I'm trying to discover exactly what I need to be doing. I mean, I got this basic concept, right? Pick up orbs, cleanse the orbs. Pick up orbs, cleanse the orbs. When I cleanse that orb, I actually notice down at the bottom it says, this cleansing orb has 2 uses. So it has only 2 uses left. So my brain starts to tick. Well, what's going to happen when we use the last use? Is that going to be, are we not going to have a cleansing orb for a while? And I'm also asking myself, well, this cleansing orb is over here. Is there another cleansing orb on the other side where the other power-up would normally be? Point of fact, I don't really know. I never get that question answered because I never head over there. But I'm just kind of, how does this work? You know, this is just me sort of discovering things, and in the process, I'm getting completely and totally owned by a bunch of dudes. But I do manage to create some space, a little bit of kind of a little bit of purposeful play there from me. You guys don't see that very often. Where I'm actually playing kind of like I know what I'm doing. Used my little blink forward there and actually assisted in getting a nice kill. What the hell? But I am going about my role of support, and I've seen some people kind of ask me about this in the past. You'll notice here a couple of different times I'm attacking a pet. I don't care that I'm attacking a pet. I know that I'm attacking a pet. Cadence heals whether I'm attacking a pet or whether I'm attacking a player. So point of fact is I really don't care whether I'm attacking a pet or I'm attacking a player. I'm attacking somebody with cadence, and that means I'm healing them, right? Right. So I see that we have that little situation in hand, so I immediately turn my attention to the runner that I saw streaking off the screen. I figure, you know, we want to score and we want to stop them from scoring, right? I mean, that's kind of the basic concept of any game where both teams are trying to win by scoring points. So I head over to try to intercept this. Luckily, so does pretty much the rest of my team. And yeah, nice and easy. We go ahead and grab that. Well, we destroy that orb carrier. We grab a quick orb capture. But then this rogue decides it would be a great idea to unstealth and be killed by like 6 of us. Yeah, 3, 6, it's all the same, right? So as I'm distracted by the rogue, someone else comes up and uses up the last usage of the orb. And now my question is answered. What happens when you use up the last cleanse on a cleansing orb? I can see another arrow pointing me the way, pointing towards salvation. So it looks like what actually happens is another cleansing orb activates somewhere else on the map. Interesting. Quite an interesting concept. So it would seem that the battle shifts, it moves around. This cleansing orb is actually pretty close to their spawn. So that is an interesting little occurrence there. That means it's going to be pretty easy for them to get there to reinforce that cleansing orb. So that's going to change some of the dynamics of how we should respond to that orb. Respond to bringing tainted orbs to that cleansing orb. Let's say it that way. So here we go. We're just beating the crap out of that guy, and I noticed he dropped the orb. Now in the actual game I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that he actually dropped the orb, but I did notice that now, so that's cool. I come up here and I'm like, oh, do I have time to cleanse before they... No. Their feet are in my butt right now, so I better go ahead and pull back. I pull back to the safety of the bosom of my companions here, my defiant brethren, and we decide that we're going to make a push up and claim that cleansing orb for our own. So I try to get up into position to support these guys, throwing out those motifs. You know how we bards do it. We like to motif like crazy. That is how we do our business. That and cadence. And as you can see there, I am drowning that guy in cadence. We keep shifting our targets. A very timely polymorph there by my friend the mage behind me. Really, really nice timing on that. And apparently the person either didn't have their break free or it was on cooldown. Can't say enough about that sort of really heads-up play by your teammates. That's the sort of stuff that really pushes your team ahead. As you can see, we have really pushed ahead, and it's because of heads-up play like that that's really happening. So we do get the cleanse there. We get a couple of orbs cleansed. And, oh, hey, you trying to sneak up? Oh, you ain't going to do it. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen, bud. So this guy is trying to ferry some orbs up for cleansing, but it's pretty easy for us to put a stop to that. Now notice there he had 2 orbs. I don't know the significance of carrying more than 1 orb. I don't know if that's actually, if it puts you at some sort of a disadvantage other than the obvious. We were just able to cap 2 quick orbs because he was carrying 2 and he dropped 2. But other than that, I don't know if it puts you at a disadvantage or what to carry more than 1 orb. Point of fact, I never did mouse over the little buff that you get, or debuff, or whatever it is, when you actually are carrying an orb. So I don't know what the hell it does. I don't know if it slows you down, speeds you up, makes you more susceptible to magic damage or physical damage, or hell, I don't know if it doesn't do anything. It clearly could. And of course, right about now, I'm really wishing that I had moused over that. But I do manage to go ahead and pick up 2 orbs here. I don't know why one wouldn't pick up as many orbs as you can. I'm going to have to assume that there's some kind of a disadvantage. I can't really tell here. Maybe I'm moving a little slower than normal. It's hard to tell. so hard to tell. And I guess the main disadvantage is quite simply the fact that I'm holding 2 orbs. So what's about to happen to me here in a few minutes, spoiler, death, means that I will drop 2 orbs, and I will leave the other team with an advantage. They'll immediately pick those up. So we go ahead and beat the crap out of this guy, and I immediately think, oh, hey, I got some backup here. What I don't notice is that guy just died. He just died. So I don't notice that, and I think, oh, I got backup here. I'm on this guy. This guy, is that warrior is going to come in any second. He's going to come in any second now, and he's going to really just, any second he's going to come in from, yeah, I don't know. Somehow I get Juggernaut. I didn't do anything. I just got Juggernaut. I guess somebody I had heavily damaged got killed. But so yeah, another one of those. Oh, look at that. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh man, just 2 seconds, back in the battle. So again, I don't really know what I did to get Juggernaut there, but what I do know that I did was I gave them a couple of orbs, and I dropped them right there, right by the capture point. So that was very, very nice. And you can see something here that I didn't see in the game. If you look at the minimap real quick, there is actually an orb, a cleansing orb active near our spawn as well. So that is something that I was not aware of in the actual game. So it would appear that they've mirrored. There is a cleansing orb active near our spawn, and there's a cleansing orb active near their spawn. Again, I really don't know a whole lot about this mode. This is me learning about the mode as I play it. I am not fully abreast of everything, how the mode works, the ins and outs of it, etc., etc. So I'm just kind of winging it, and that was sort of the intent of this entire show. This entire video, this particular episode of Warfronts. Let's just jump in here and let's see how easy this mode is to figure out. And so far, I've got the basic idea. You know, I understand the very basics of it. I understand that I must cleanse tainted orbs, and apart from that, I don't really know much of the particulars. Do I get any advantage or disadvantage for carrying multiple orbs? Do I get any sort of a bonus for cleansing at the far cleansing orb versus the one that's near our spawn? Are there any particulars about the game modes that is not obviously evident? You know, if you look over at my quest log, it says Stockpile, take orbs to cleansing points. Okay, simple enough. Now, this particular cleansing point is gone. It takes me a minute to notice that, but I do eventually notice it. The Guardian who had the orb did not. Now, you're going to see me do one of the smartest things I think I've ever done in an episode of Warfronts. I had 2 guys on me. I am a support class. I ran away. Booyah. I ran away. I judged that was a battle I absolutely could not win, so I ran away. That is not something I would normally do. Normally, I would just stay there, and I would just persevere, and I would just die. But I ran away, and in doing so, it actually enabled me to do this right here. Get the game-winning orb cleanse. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So sometimes you learn things, right? You create a show that's all about you being not great at PvP, and you spend 28 episodes trying to learn things, trying to be better, and then you actually do something worthwhile. I actually ran away instead of taking an unneeded death. I ran away, I stayed alive, and I got the game-winning capture. Now, that's not me patting myself on the back. That's just me saying, yeah, that is me patting myself on the back. But you got to do it every now and then, right? All right, that was Stockpile mode. Let's talk about what we learned from that. Lessons learned. You know, honestly, I don't know that we really learned anything in this game. I mean, I spent so much time focused on trying to learn the particulars of Stockpile mode. Yeah, no real lessons to impart other than I've got a hell of a lot more to learn about Stockpile mode before I really get in there and understand it fully. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got for you guys this week. Yeah, it is. So next week, my mage will step into his very first level 50 Warfront. Be here for that. That is sure to be entertaining. In the meantime, I have been Big Dave, and until next time, take it easy.